Hi David, my name's Nick. Thanks very much for sharing your website URL. The purpose of this audit really is to hopefully give you some insights and help you in your decision-making process regarding the future of your website. So we start with your homepage. We've got some relevant information here. We've got some links to different parts of your website. It seems as if your main keyword here is commercial finance brokers, and I'm assuming that's the core of your business. You've got some testimonials and you've got some accreditations, and then you've got two offices, one in Barry and one in London. So what I really wanted to do is I wanted to put myself in the shoes of one of your potential customers, and how they might find you online, and how you compare with your competition. So I'm going to use this tool which allows me to search in a specific location. So Google prioritizes the search results based on the searcher's location. So I'm going to look for commercial finance brokers Cardiff in Cardiff. So when I click on search, it gives me the search results for this search query. So hopefully this is quite familiar. You've got the adverts at the top, then you've got the map pack, and you can see that the location is Cardiff here. And I'm just going to scroll to the bottom of the browser just to show our location. So even though I'm not in Cardiff, I've managed to spoof the browser into thinking that's where I am. So we get very accurate results. So these businesses here are called the map pack, and they typically get between 55 and 60% of all the traffic on page one. So really important things to have here. Obviously your listing, but then some reviews. So really looking to see your listing here. You are actually the #1 organic search result, so that really is very, very good. So it seems as if your website is optimized for your location and your keyword. So these are just some of the other companies that you're competing against potentially. And I just wanted to highlight these ones. Commercial Finance Network. We're going to have a look at them as one of your main competitors a bit later on. Now you do have another location. So I've used this search term for a second search. So Commercial Finance Brokers London from London. And again, these results are different. These are based in central London. And this time, again, we've got the adverts at the top. We've got the map, which is sort of a section of central London. And then we've got a bunch of different companies. And the one I wanted to look at here is gpsfinance.co.uk, just as a comparison, because they're the top organic search in London. Now, I wanted to look a little bit behind the scenes at your website to analyze the metrics. So we've got your URL here, gocommercialfinance.com, and this is your meta title. So commercial finance brokers based in Cardiff, UK. So you've got your keyword and you've got your location, and that it goes a long way to ranking your site on page one for Cardiff. However, it is worth noting that by limiting yourself to Cardiff on this homepage, it's going to be very difficult to rank for any other cities. It will be more efficient to say have gocommercialfinance.com/Cardiff for one location, and then /London for your second location, and that would help you rank in both. Looking at the metrics, so the URL rating and the domain rating, these are a measure of trust according to Google's algorithms. So the higher the better. Your URL rating is pretty good at 35. It's out of 100. The domain rating could do with a little bit of work again to be at least 20 or above. You've got several backlinks, and that's good. I'm a little bit concerned about the quality of some of the backlinks. I have had a look behind the scenes. You've had a lot of activity here from the middle of last year, and the number of referring domains has gone from virtually nothing up to about 400. So you got to be a little bit careful with this kind of link building, because I don't know whether you've done this in-house or you've outsourced this, but really aggressive SEO with low quality backlinks can actually harm your site, because Google sees that a lot of it, sort of blog comments and things, as spam. So you want to be a little bit careful with that. This kind of meteoric rise in a short space of time isn't ideal. You really want to build it up gradually if you can at all. You've got 39% do follow. Obviously, you want a little bit more do follow. I don't really want to go into the technicalities too much, but there's some metrics here that can do with some improvement. And then these are the quality of the backlinks. So, most of them are down here. You ideally want to try and get some up here as well. But overall, it's not too bad at all. You've obviously invested a bit of time and resources into this, and you're getting some good results, specifically in Cardiff. Now, looking back at the London one. So this is gpsfinance.co.uk, and I just wanted to compare their metrics to show you the difference. So first of all, their URL rating and domain rating isn't really that strong, but they are optimized for the location. So you can see they mention mortgage broker London, finance bridging, secured loans. So they've got different keywords, and they've got London in the meta title as well. They haven't invested as much in link building as you have in SEO, and they've got a lot less backlinks. But look at their ranking for quite a few organic keywords here. So I'm just going to look at the words that they're ranking for. So they've got loan solutions, commercial finance brokers UK, commercial finance brokers. So they're ranking for a lot of the terms that you want to be ranking for, finance companies in London, and they are getting a decent amount of traffic from that. So if we go back to yours, and you've got more keywords, but I just want to see the quality of those keywords and the relevance of those keywords, just to give you an idea. So Go Commercial Finance is your brand, so it's worth having, but it's not the most valuable one. You've got loan calculators, and you've got commercial finance brokers, so that's quite a good one to have. Commercial finance brokers UK. So there are certainly some relevant keywords, but the further we go down, we're getting into the sort of territory of some telephone numbers and calculators, commercial buy-to-let. So there are lots of different topics. So it is always good to be ranking for a diversity of keywords. So at this stage, the only thing I'm concerned about is your London location. I also wanted to have a look at your Google My Business listings, and these are really important ranking factors for local searches. So you've got two Google My Business listings. You've got one here, which is in this town here in Barry, I think it is, and you've got a second location, which is in Pontypridd. So forgive my pronunciation if that's wrong. Now, with these listings, as I showed you earlier on, it's really important to be in the map pack here. So we've got Commercial Finance Network and Pure Property, and then the Specialist Finance Centre. Now these are highly location specific, so we want to see where your listing is in relation to these competitors. I use this very useful tool, which is called a heat map. Now Barry's down here, and this is a centre of Cardiff here, and these numbers represent your Google My Business ranking in different locations. So if someone is looking for your business in Barry, then in this whole area you should be the top listing. As we get further away, it's a little bit like an antenna. So your Google My Business listing in this location is really, really strong, and the further you get away, the rankings drop off a bit. And then as we get to Cardiff, you really want to be in the top 3. So you're hanging on to the top 3 spots in most of Cardiff, but as you get further north, you're going down to 4s. This is an average, so we look at the average of your competitors as well. Now, Commercial Finance Network is the number 1, so they've got the lowest average at 1.58 across all of these sectors, and your average is 2.36. So you're actually the 3rd company in this whole region. So you've got Commercial Finance Network, Pure Property Finance, and then yourselves. So what we can do is we can actually look at your competitors' maps and see what they look like. So I'm going to flip the map rankings, and this is what the Commercial Finance Network's map looks like. So the reason they're dominating is they don't have any 3s, they've only got 1s and 2s, and they're predominantly 1s in the Cardiff area, and I suspect that would be more valuable to them to rank right in the city centre than perhaps slightly further away. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to share these results with you, and I'm going to send you a link, and you'll be able to flip through all the competitors in your local area, and you'll be able to see what their maps look like, and they are quite different. Let's just sort of click on a random one here. See, this is Asset Finance, Bridging Loans, Buy-to-Let. This is another company, and they're not ranking at all anyway. So that's just really to give you an idea of the sort of the lower ranked competitors. This is the website of the Commercial Finance Network, and I just wanted to show you for comparison what they've got. It's fairly up to date. They've got a lot of content on here, and that's one of the important ranking factors. So obviously, the main thing is you need to decide what your website needs in terms of a refresh, not just in terms of its aesthetics, but also in terms of its functionality. And ultimately, your decisions should be based on a combination of the two. So you want to be able to attract, the ideal customer, if you like, and keep them on the page. So you want a very low bounce rate. That's sort of measured in seconds as to how long they actually stay on the page. And then you need a call to action to help with your conversion so that they get in touch with you. Some social proof is also very good, and then a contact form, etc., etc. So going back to your website here, there's definitely some things that can be done to improve it. So if you would like any more insights or any more ideas, I'm happy to help you out. So feel free to get in touch. I hope that's been useful, and I look forward to hearing from you.